Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tammy Doe, and here is your Moldavite update for July 24th, 2022. We have 2 more days into this Lionsgate portal. For those who don't know what it is, it's okay. It may not be relevant to you right now, but for those who are working Moldavite, this is a pretty a big day for us. It is the Celestial New Year. This is the portal that opens up directly into our Sirius Sun. Our spiritual sun, which is Sirius, and where Moldavite is believed to originate from. Oh, look at that sun shining through. Okay, so for those who are new to Moldavite, new to the channel, welcome. You're going to be in for quite an adventure. Now, what do I have for everyone here? Again, the Lionsgate portal is happening in 2 days. So now until then, until the entire portal, you're going to want to clean up as much as you can. It's July 26th until August 12th. Many of you may be already experiencing a ton of release. Either it's people disconnecting, leaving your job, having the urge to clean the house, to do the shadow work, to detox the body, to diet. Whatever it is, just imagine yourself as this computer system. And every time there's an upgrade, which is this Lionsgate portal, is this opening for this massive upgrade. Every time this is upgrade, you're going to have to make room for this upgrade to come through. That means any old files, any junk files, you're going to want to release. And if you want to think of the files like this, you work for, we use our energy to work, and through that work we make money. Now this money is in exchange for our time. Okay, so we use this money and we buy material things, and whenever we buy these material things, our energy is transferred into the material items. Okay, it's an exchange, it's an energetic exchange. So look around your house. What are some old things that vibrate at your old energy? Let's say you bought something when you're really in a bad place, like very depressed. Whatever it is, that energy of you at the time is transferred into that item. Or for example, if you were dating someone and you guys end up breaking up. Now, if it was a bad breakup, chances are you probably don't want their material items out. Or every time their items are out, it triggers a memory. It reminds you of them. Of course it will. Their energy is transferred into the gifts. Okay? Makes sense, because they spend their time and energy into getting money to buy that gift. So their energy is lodged into that gift. But if it's a good breakup and you don't feel anything against it, then it doesn't matter. It won't affect you. Just know when this upgrade is coming through very soon here, you're going to want to release all these old energy that no longer serves you. So I would say the bed, biggest one, if you can. If you think about it, our energy is lodged in our sweat. Okay, sweat holds memory. So we sleep, all this energy is embedded into our bed. That is where sometimes people don't change their bed for over 7 years. Okay? Release that old energy. Furniture. If it's really old furniture, consider replacing it. Old clothes. Wow, I went through this whole awakening phase, or my journey with Moldavite the last 4 years. I literally have barely any more clothes. When a big upgrade comes through, it's either the upgrade or my clothes. Or it's either my material items that I don't need anymore, but it's taking space in my field. Let it go. Going back to old emails, old photos, old phones. That's another important thing that you may not be aware of. Go back, and if it's your old phone, you don't need the information there, reset it, delete it. I just went back to delete my old phone, cleared out my old computer, put it back to factory setting, because that will also release a lot of energy from your field. What else? Emails, old emails. I notice every time I'm getting ready for a big shift, I get this urge to change all my password. It's very interesting because my password will shift to where, what energy I was vibrating at the time. So go back and look at all your password. Notice how that password resonates with whatever you're experiencing at the time. And then now you shift in this new energy. Maybe it's time for a new password for everything. Okay? So that's something I also noticed. Just release as much as you can. This massive upgrade, this massive portal is coming through for an upgrade. You're going to want to have as much space as you can to take on all this new energy, all this abundance energy, expansion energy, because it's coming through. So also around this phase, you're going to notice, there's going to be a portion of us who are newcomers starting their awakening. There's going to be a portion of us who are midway through our awakening, who kind of got a glimpse of, hey, maybe there's something going on. I'm not really sure what's happening. And then there's also a wave of us who are coming out the other end, the light of the tunnel, the end of the tunnel, which I feel like just happened for me. So fully completing a 4-year cycle, heading on to my fifth year already started with Moldavite. But you're working with a lot of Moldavites there. And everything happened so fast. Man, if I make a movie about my life in the last 4 years, it's intense. It's my body went through changes. There's one phase where my entire face broke out. So much scarring. I didn't feel like I wanted to be I didn't feel like connected to my body at all. And so it's if your body is going through changes, hormonal changes, we're changing from the molecular level. We're cutting cords. What you start noticing with past life too, Moldavite too, is you start tapping into past life. You start tapping into the spiritual world in cutting and releasing those cords. And, and when you feel really tired, that's really part of the process. When there's going to be a phase, I still go through that phase where I sleep so much. It's not like I was depressed, but it's just like my body just wanted to rest. And every time I do a large purging or clearing, my body is like, it doesn't want to do, it just wants to be in bed. And my sleeps are very deep, and I vivid dreams all the time. Okay? So as we're cutting all these cords, we're releasing material items, you're going to notice your reality shifting. Old people that no longer resonates with your field will start leaving. Okay, just remember, as you're rising in vibration, frequency, the people who are really negative, or the people that were in your life at that time for you to learn that lesson, once that lesson is complete, they're going to leave. They're going to vibrate out naturally. There is no force to this. So this is why it's really important that we learn to disconnect or detach and not hold the other person back, or not try to hold on to someone. Remember, when you're holding on that attachment to them, that's a cord connected to your computer system. Okay? And when we cut these cords, it's not like they're not coming back. It's not like they're dying. It's for you to release them so that you can hear yourself and be in alignment with yourself. So this is a very important time to be unconditional, right? Love unconditionally, give unconditionally. If you're going to do something for someone, do it unconditionally with no attachment. When you start buying gifts or investing your time and energy to someone and they don't reciprocate it, this is when you create that cord, when it's not mutual, and they're going to feel the resistance. And this is when you have to start looking within yourself. when they don't reciprocate your love back, right? Because this is your love invested into them, and they don't express it back, so it kind of hurts. But you really have to heal here and see why you feel unloved when they don't reciprocate. And so that's why when you get the guidance, or to give someone, to do something for someone, or just because you just love them, do it, detach. That way they don't feel like they owe you anything, and you don't feel like, and you don't make them wrong for not reciprocating. Okay? So it's all part of the journey. It's not right or wrong. I think in the beginning, when I actually realized what was happening, it was easier for me to let go of people, let go of material items, and just be okay. Because the more I let go, surrender, the more clear I got on my guidance, the more alignment I got with my path. And then I noticed there was an influx of new people that enter my energy field. Okay, so consider that is we're going to talk more about the 5 love languages in another episode, but just for simplification of what's happening, clear out your computer system, clear out the junk files, donate, detox the body. What else? Do the shadow work. If you need some assistance with the shadow work, you can book a session with me. Or on August 10th, we're going to do another full moon release event, and we're going to work on regressing, going back and finding those money blockages that are anchored within your energy field. Okay, so that event is complimentary on the full moon, August 10th here. So once I'm going to have my 2 Reiki practitioner friends joining us, they're going to be in the back helping release the energy. Because, as you're trying to do this inner work, you're trying to release, when your chakras aren't fully open, it's going to leave, but it takes time. But when you have clear vessels around you and they're willing to take on the energy, help you release, the energy is released to them. Okay, so this is what this is what I've been doing with my parents for the last the last month. When I fully opened up my crown and my 3rd eye chakra, this is when I can actually notice taking their energy on without draining me, and then helping them process the energy through my crown or my body. I actually feel the release. And my mom had some really, she holds everything inside. And so when I start doing this Reiki on her and releasing through my body, a couple of days later, she's like, she doesn't feel that pain anymore. So that is when you really do the inner work. You clear yourself as a vessel, and then this is when you can actually merge your energy field with the people you love and help them release some of these energies. Okay, still the lesson is still there. The root, they still need to get the root of the lesson. But sometimes when it's just too much, what you can do after you clear yourself as a vessel, because prior to that, you're going to end up just taking on their energy, it's going to drain you even more. But when you get to that phase when you're a clear vessel, you can actually take on their energy and help them release some. Or you can learn Reiki and then release some of that on your own too. It's another healing modality. But work on yourself first. Clear as much as you can for this upgrade coming up. I noticed when I started taking on my parents' energy and helping them release, all 3 of us started getting into more realignment. They start seeing the synchronicities with Moldavite. They start seeing, because you notice, when people don't process the stuck energies within their body, it's going to show up in their physical world, okay? Their material items. When there's a lot of energy coming through and they can't hold anymore in this body. My dad, I would say this about 3 weeks now, he is very hard-headed, or he's like very stuck in his ways. So his crown is super, super blocked. And one week his friend backed up into his car. he was parked. And then I just knew at that point is, okay, if he's not releasing it, it's going to show up in his material items. His car is the biggest thing that's going to want to leave. And then so we took it to the shop. A week and a half, we came back. It was like brand new. Then he went to go pick my mom, and my mom's coworker backed him into his car again. The day after we got the car fixed, which is like $1,500 for like this huge dent. And then now, another huge dent in the car. And in that moment, I'm like, okay, I actually need to take on my parents' energy or do what I can to help them release, get them realigned. And actually sat down and had some conversations with them. Really shared that, you know, if there's anything that that's they're holding on to, or if there's anything that is unsaid to me or my mom or my dad, if there's anything left unsaid, just say it. I'm not going to take it personally. I know I'm clear on the message. I know my path. Like, if you're holding on to it, just let it out. And so my dad opened up. He shared some things. My mom opened up about this resentment he has with my dad, and you know, I just told him just let it all out. And so as they're doing that, I'm like clearing and processing the energy for them. Okay. So that's another thing I want to make you aware of. When we can't hold on to any more energy here, our physical material items are gonna vibrate out. It's gonna vibrate out regardless if you like it or not, but something has to give. Okay? So that's why it's important the easiest way to do it first is material items, then work on yourself, and then cutting cords with people, acquaintances, old friends, people who no longer, old partners that no longer are relevant in your life. Cut them, release them. You'll feel a lot lighter. You feel a lot more in tune. So yeah, so that's what I got over here on my end. It's not good or bad. I just realized, I just share with them, it's like, look, if you're not gonna clear within yourself, it's gonna show up in the physical world, your material items, because that's connected to your energy. Okay? So, but yeah, I think my parents are a little more open to hearing what I have to say now. But I believe as you're getting up to the higher chakras, especially with the third eye and the crown, this is healing with the parents, the Divine Mother and the Divine Father, to open up that crown. Okay, so if you're not there yet, you still work on yourself, then chances are you're still in the bottom chakras. But when you get to that phase of, hey, it's time to heal with your parents, if you notice your parents' health are going down, notice where in their body the illness is. If it's in the heart, maybe there's a lot of things around the heart for them to release. If it's in the stomach, then probably self-esteem. If it's in a lot of headaches, they're probably not listening. Their crown is blocked. So, yeah, it's all a learning process. It's all a journey. So that's what you can do in the meantime to heal yourself, and then work on first healing yourself, and then you can actually take on or help your parents release their energies. But remember, no matter how much we release energies from them or from you, if the lesson is not learned, right, there's some energies you can just release, right? Non-relevant, past partners, if it's not relevant. But if there's something more that keeps returning, that's when you start realizing, hey, there's something deeper. Maybe a past life, maybe a soul contract, karmic contract. That's when you start realizing that, okay, Mary, maybe there's deeper shadow work to do. So I'm going to leave it at that, but do as much as you can. If your parents are still around, notice what they're experiencing. You can help them donate, you can help them release. And yeah, do your best, clear as much as you can for this huge upgrade coming up here in 2 days. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you need assistance with clearing. My information is in the description below. And then also August 10th, that full moon release event, signups are in the description below. Other than that, hope you guys have a very happy Lionsgate portal coming up here very soon. That's all I have for everyone here today. Timmy Doo, signing out.